3 months ago, I exposed the Watchtower's emergency plan to stop mass exodus from the organization. That video hit 28,000 views because you wanted more. Today, I'm bringing you evidence to show that that plan has failed. If you are new here, welcome to Tell Me Dr. K, a channel manipulative religious leaders wish you never discover. If you crave for such deep dives, subscribe and smash the notice bell so that you don't miss what is coming next. It's reported that more than 2 million Jehovah's Witnesses have left the organization in the last decade alone, 2015 to 2025. Thousands of elders are resigning. Kingdom halls are closing at an accelerated pace. And in their 2025 annual meeting, the governing body made an admission that has undermined over a century of their doctrine. This is not speculation. This is not a rumor. It is clear evidence of an organization in a crisis. They may appear like everything is okay, but evidence and what is coming from the governing body itself is a clear indication that the organization is in a crisis that they may not stop. In the next 12 minutes plus, I'm going to walk you through the membership collapse, infrastructure page, and the doctrinal surrender that proves that the Watchtower emerges plan to tame the exodus of members has failed. Let's examine the evidence. Evidence number 1, the membership collapse. Let me start with the most important statistic. Between 2015 and 2025, 2 million Jehovah's Witnesses members left the organization. In spite of this, the official reports show that the Watchtower has 8.8 million publishers. But when you analyze the official statistics, the numbers do not add up. In developed countries like the United States, Canada, Germany, Europe, and Australia, growth has either stagnated or declined. In November 2023, Watchtower made a significant policy change. They stopped requiring Jehovah's Witnesses to report their field ministry hours. For over 100 years, tracking ministry hours was the primary metric of faithfulness. Publishers reported their hours every month. Elders reviewed these reports. Pioneers had to maintain quotas. The official explanation was that this was to simplify reporting and reduce burden on publishers. When did any organization stop reporting its core performance metric because things were going very well? You stop tracking your most important metric because the figures are embarrassing. When the trend line is going in an opposite direction. When you don't want your members or outsiders to see that you are in a free fall. That's the reason why you would stop tracking your most important metric. And that's exactly what the governing body of the Jehovah's Witnesses has done. 2 million exodus is real, and the Watchtower knows it. Evidence number 2, elders' crisis. But the membership collapse is just part of the story. The leadership structure is collapsing. Thousands of elders have resigned in the United States alone in 2025. Not because they were disciplined, not because they sinned, not because they lost faith. They resigned because they were disillusioned, unwilling to enforce policies they no longer believed in. What's driving the exodus? First, mishandling of child abuse cases. Elders are on the front lines of these situations. They are the ones who receive reports. They are the ones who have followed the 2 witnesses rule. A policy that requires 2 witnesses to an act of abuse before action can be taken. And they are the ones who watch victims re-traumatized by a system that protects the organization over the vulnerable. Here is a clip.
A fiery death wasn't the only thing that scared Tricia. In fact, in a way, her own world had already ended. Since she was a child, she says, she had been abused by someone she should have been able to trust the most.
Can you talk to me about the kind of abuse that you suffered?
Sexual abuse from my father. The abuse started as soon as I was born until I was approximately 14 years old.
Eventually, Tricia found the courage to go to an elder herself when she was 12. Help is not what she found.
And I explained to him what was going on, and he said, I don't have any proof and I don't have any witnesses, so I need to respect my family and not to bring it up again.
You told an elder that your dad was sexually abusing you, and he said, show us the proof?
Mm-hmm. They put the onus on the victim to produce 2 credible eyewitnesses to their assault. And by credible eyewitnesses, they mean other Jehovah's Witnesses that saw it.
Many others have had enough. Second, congregation measures. As kingdom halls close and congregations are made to consolidate, the remaining few elders are made to do more with less. One elder reported that he is now responsible for 2 congregations because there aren't enough qualified men to take up the responsibility. Think about that. The organization is in short of leadership, that elders are being asked to be responsible for more than one congregation, that individual elders are being stretched over multiple congregations. Third, cognitive dissonance. Elders are educated men. Many have professional careers. They read, they research, and they are increasingly recognizing that the policies they are made to enforce don't align with the Bible they believe they follow. So they walk away. Evidence number 3, demographic death spiral. Now let's talk about the demographic reality the Watchtower doesn't want to talk about. 23% of the current members of the Jehovah's Witnesses are over 65 years. Nearly a quarter of their membership is in retirement age or older. Why this matter? Because organizations survive through replacement of its members. You need younger people joining faster than old people are leaving the organization. And Watchtower is failing in youth retention, a very serious problem. Studies of second and third generation Jehovah's Witnesses show that retention in the organization have plummeted than never before. Young people who grew up as Jehovah's Witnesses are living in their late teens and early 20s. They are going to college. Despite decades of Watchtower discouraging higher education, they are getting careers. They are accessing information online, and they are making informed decisions to leave. Meanwhile, the aging membership base represents financial and operational crisis. Older members donate less. They require more pastoral care or stand on the literature card with the same intensity as they did before. And when they die, they are not being replaced. Do the math. If 23% of the membership is over 65 years and you are not replacing them quick enough with young people, and in addition, 67% of young people born to Jehovah's Witnesses families are living when they become young adults, according to Pew Research, what does the organization look like in 10 years' time or 20 years' time? It looks like a slow motion collapse. But membership numbers tell only half the story. The real collapse is happening in the infrastructure. The Kingdom page. Evidence point number 4. 3,000 Kingdom halls reported sold since 2015. 3,000. Let that sink in. These aren't just numbers. These are community centers. These are places where Jehovah's Witnesses gathered for decades, where they held meetings, where they celebrated marriages, where they conducted funerals, where they built their entire social lives.
So Peter, let's hear from you next.
Well, when we informed everyone that the publishers were going to be redistributed to the north or south congregation, let's just say some struggled with the idea.
Paula, did you see? They have us going to the south congregation and everybody else from our group is going to north.
Yeah, I saw that. My aunt and cousins will be going there too.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. They should keep you together. Well, at least the brothers said that the list was just a recommendation.
Well, they didn't say it exactly like that. They said if we had extenuating circumstances.
So you don't have to go if you don't want to go.
But Kim, if everyone did that, don't you think...
Hi, Sister Taylor.
Oh, hello, girls.
I saw your name on the list for the south congregation, but your grandkids and their families, they're going to north. So what are you going to do?
What do you mean?
Well, are you going to north or are you going to south?
Now, sweetie, didn't you say you saw my name listed under the South congregation?
Yeah, but...
So, I'll be going to the South congregation.
Well, don't you think it would make more sense if you were in the same congregation as your grandkids and their families?
Does it make more sense? Well, that's a whole different question. The brothers outlined an arrangement. They said they hoped we could support that arrangement, unless we had extenuating circumstances, and I don't have any right now. So, for me, it's simple. Whether I know all of the reasons or not, I'm going to support that arrangement. Oh, look, girls, I've got to go. Oh, and by the way, I hope to see you both in the South congregation.
Peter, you got a second?
Here is what the process looks like. The organization announces that multiple congregations are being consolidated for efficiency. They tell members this is the better use of resources. They claim that this is part of the strategic plan to optimize global footprint. And here is the most critical detail. All proceeds go straight to Watchtower headquarters, not to the local congregation, not to members who donated to build the Kingdom Hall, to headquarters. Let me explain why this is significant. Most Kingdom Halls were built with members' donations. Members contributed money, sometimes substantial amounts, to construct these buildings. They were told this was supporting Jehovah's work in their community. Now Kingdom Halls are being sold, and members who paid for the building of these Kingdom Halls see none of the money. Instead, it disappears in the Watchtower central accounts. The comments on my original video tell the story. One person wrote, "My congregation donated $250,000 to build our Kingdom Hall. 20 years later, they sold it and merged us with another congregation 45 minutes away. We never saw a penny of that money." That's not optimization. That is asset liquidation. The evidence even gets more damning. Episode 1, Part 2 continues. Subscribe and smash the notice bell for Part 2. To watch Episode 1, Part 2, click on this link. To watch the video that provides the details of the 2 million figure, click on this link.